Hey, I'm Mark McMillian, McMillian Leadership Associates, McMillionLeadership.com. West by God, Virginia. Those are the Seneca Rocks. Momentous part of the Seneca Trail. The beautiful part of my state. I love it, and it's a place to big rocks, big space, big thoughts, right? Let your brain expand. Sometimes you're in the city or in a building or whatnot, it kind of feels like my brain gets cramped in. Thing about leadership today, one of the things that probably 3 out of 4 companies I talk with talk about leadership problems and the challenges with those. And a lot of times you start talking about ethos, pathos, and logos, and those are good and those are important. But then I realized a big part of the problem is not that people don't know how to communicate. They don't know what to communicate. And it made me think about 3 important topics. So when you're a problem solver, when you're part of a team, you're part of a project, and you're working and new information comes in, first question you need to ask is, what do I need to do with this information? What do I need? Do I need to file it? Do I need to analyze it? Do I need to synthesize it? Do I need to put it with other information? What do I need to do with this? Second question is, how does this impact the situation? What changes? What does this validate that I thought was true and now I know is true? Or invalidate? What did I think was true but now I see that it's not? How does it change? What does this allow me to do, or what does this inhibit me from doing? That's the second question. Third question, who else needs to know? And that's one of the most critical questions, is really you get this information, and so many times organizations find they had the information they needed to do what they needed to do, but the right people didn't have that information. And as that information flow comes into an organization, think about not only how it impacts you, but who else needs to know? What does this enable someone else to do? What does this enable me to help someone else? What does it keep somebody else from doing? How does the organization, it could be a company, it could be a nonprofit, it could be a small team or a project team, who else needs to know what I know now? So those 3 questions are incredibly important. How does it impact the situation? What do I need to do with the information? And 3, who else needs to know? And honestly, if you can program those 3 questions into your day-to-day thinking, you'll find that you become a much better, higher functioning organization. And even in your personal life, it's amazing how times that we act on information, old information, and we don't update the situation. And that's something that I really took away from my time in Baghdad when I was in the Army, in the operations center, is the situation's constantly evolving. And if you don't continue to update and reassess all the time, mistakes happen. Consequences are a little higher when you're in combat, but even so, there's still consequences for failure to do that in the business world. Mark McMillian, McMillian Leadership. You have a great leadership day. Hoo-ah!